Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
This is it.
This is for real. Pop the champagne.
Yes.
Right. Now, yesterday, Michelle and I did a photo shoot and
Yes.
we popped some champagne, but it was hot.
It was hot.
So I got two twists in and it went everywhere. Hopefully, we're a little bit safer
Yeah,
today.
I think we're safer today.
Woo!
There we go.
Perfect.
Perfect.
All right. And Michelle made us some yummy
Yes.
limoncellos. Tell them your secret to your.
Well, my secret is adding a little bit of ginger beer to it and a little bit of cherry juice just because I love cherries. So that's my secret to it. And they're so good.
Yum.
Mm.
So good.
This is good.
Okay, that's exactly what I needed to calm the nerves.
Yes.
Okay, well, Michelle, why don't you tell them what in the world we're doing?
You guys, we are starting a podcast. Yay! I'm so excited about this. I really am. This has been, gosh, since January in the making.
Yeah.
We not stopped, but revamped. So this is finally coming to fruition, and couldn't be more pleased about what's coming.
Yeah.
So we want you guys to stay tuned because it's going to be absolutely amazing.
It is.
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess we should start by just telling y'all a little bit about ourselves, who we are. You're probably like, who in the world are these girls and why in the world would I listen to them? I don't really know why you should listen other than the fact that we're fun and we're going to give a lot of good travel tips and advice.
Exactly.
We have a lot of really funny stories and we also have a lot of fun travel planned together coming up.
Yes,
so,
we do.
Do you want to start?
Well, you go ahead. Since you got the mic, you go ahead and start and tell them about yourself.
So, my name is Caroline Rose Hockle. I just got married last month in Greece. It was amazing. I think about it every day. I am from Northeast Arkansas, but I'm moving to Little Rock, Arkansas this month. So, Central Arkansas, I'm an Arkansas girly. I am 25. I work in marketing and communications for a local coffee shop in Northeast Arkansas called Shadrack's Coffee. I love my job. I've been with them since I was 17, and they give me amazing leniency to go and travel and do all the things I want to do, and they're an amazing company. So hopefully they will keep me for as long as I work there. I don't know. I want to stay there forever. So if y'all are watching, don't fire me. But let's see. What else about me? I love to play tennis. I played tennis in high school, but not competitively. I didn't take it very serious. And after college, I started playing again. That has been so much fun. Definitely helped me lose the college weight. I needed that. I'm trying to talk Michelle into starting to play tennis because you can play it forever. You can play it your whole life.
I'm trying to tell her. Betsy and Jenny won't allow me, okay?
Y'all will hear a lot about Betsy and Jenny.
Jenny, okay? So if you hear me say Betsy and Jenny, you know who I'm talking about.
We're talking about her niece for the people who aren't watching and only listening. Betsy and Jenny are Michelle's niece.
Betsy and Jenny.
And I'm telling her I think that she should still try it out. But yeah, other than that, I love content creation. I make a lot of fun little TikToks and I used to do videography professionally ish. I do the quotation marks because I wasn't like professional amazing at it, but learned a lot about cameras and editing in the process. So this whole podcast thing has been a lot of fun. I don't know. What else is there to me?
There's a lot, Caroline, girl. But hey, I love every minute of it. So,
I don't know. I mean, those are kind of the key things about me. My everyday life looks like a little bit of Shadrack's Coffee, a little bit of travel, and a whole lot of family and friends. That's probably the most important thing to me. I have an amazing family and amazing friends. I love them so much. I know that they're listening right now because they are my biggest supporters and cheerleaders. So I love y'all. Thanks for always cheering me on. That's kind of a wrap on me. You go.
All right. Hey, my name is Michelle Evans, and I'm 52 years old, and I'm originally from Arkansas as well. And so later on in this episode, we'll tell you how we meet, or maybe that's the next episode. But at any rate, I'm originally from Arkansas, so I've been in North Carolina for about 16 years. I'm married, and together my husband and I have 4 children. I have 2 beautiful granddaughters that I love so much. But yesterday, the oldest one gave me shade because, and I putting her on blast because I hope she hears this. And she gave me shade yesterday because I had Caroline with me. And so after we finished what we needed to do, we went and met them. And so she was just so awestruck. I'm going to say she was awestruck by Caroline because she kept looking at her like, who is this with my Nana? I didn't get a hug or nothing. She was like, oh, and I just left lipstick all over her face. And she was just like, okay, I'm good, Nana. I was like, okay. But she was giving me shade. So I had
It's
to
my
call her out.
fault. I was
Yeah.
taking your attention, and she
Yeah.
deserves it.
Yeah, so she was a little, I don't know if she was a little salty or she was just like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on because she is so nosy. So, anyways,
She's so funny.
but yes, I have two beautiful granddaughters, Kinsley and Zara.
Talk about, like, what do you do for work?
Oh, okay. Oh, currently, like I said, I am a travel advisor, and I
Oh my
am.
goodness, we're both travel advisors. I didn't even
Yeah,
really
we
say
both are
that,
travel
which
advisors. We'll talk
that
about more
next.
about that. And so I am a travel advisor, but at work, I am an environmental specialist. And so what I do is I train a lot of engineers when it comes to stormwater, resiliency, and things of that nature. So I pretty much work from home, but I do a lot of training online for DEQ. And so aside from that, my life is pretty simple. I work out, work from home, travel as much as I possibly can,
Right.
and spend as much time with, of course, my husband and my kids and my grandkids. And so everybody is scattered, so I don't get a chance to see my grandbabies as much as I would like. So, especially now that I travel more, I've been traveling more in the past several years. So, that's kind of hard sometimes too. So, aside from that, that's my life is pretty simple. I love the Lux life. So
Right.
we'll get into that a little bit later too. But honestly, I don't live this luxurious life. And so this is just going to be the real me. I like nice things, but that's not going to be front and center because that's not my everyday life. So, and
Yeah.
that's one thing that we basically stated that this is just going to be real. Like we're extra and we're going to own every bit of it.
Tell them what Steve said about us.
He said if extra was a language, that we will be bilingual. And we literally are bilingual, okay? Because, hey, listen, I like the nice things just like Caroline and I do. And that's one of the things that, we have a lot of commonalities in. And that's one thing that we'll share as this podcast continue to grow. So make sure you guys follow us. So that's important. So you can hear a lot more about our travel adventures, about our lifestyles. We're going to give you guys a lot of tips and tricks, but I can't give everything away.
Right.
So
Secret. You have to keep listening.
yeah, you got to keep listening, but it's going to be good, y'all. I'm
It is
telling you
gonna
that.
be good.
Yep. So, anyways,
So I guess since we touched on that we're both travel advisors, we could talk about how we fell in love with travel,
yep.
how we got into that, what travel means to us.
Yeah. And I'll start since you went first last time. I've always loved to travel. And honestly, growing up, I did not get a chance to do that. Travel was not introduced to me at a young age because honestly, my mom was just worried about trying to feed us. So we were, when I say poor, we had everything we needed, but didn't have everything we wanted. Honestly, I wasn't exposed to travel until I got older and was afforded to do it. And so even at that time, working and things of that nature, travel came as a plus. It wasn't anything that I made paramount. But when I really started traveling, a long time ago, then that's one thing that I always love to do. I love new cultures, meeting new people. You find friends, even if it's just for that moment, but you make the connections. And sometimes those connections last a lifetime, as well as the memories. And that's just the thing, just being able to experience how people live. And not only that, experiencing that is actually respecting it. And I think that's the important thing.
Sure.
And so at least really trying to immerse yourself in the destination or the culture that you're partaking in, to me, I think that's when it becomes life changing and life altering in a lot of cases.
For sure.
So,
yeah. And listen, Michelle makes friends everywhere she goes, especially when she travels.
Yeah.
I mean, she has even taught me so much in this year alone when we've been together. She just talks to everyone, she makes connections, she has fun. And I'm not a shy person, but I don't put myself out there in that same way. So definitely encouraged by you.
Well, that's sweet.
It's really cool though, and really neat how you just casually connect with a lot of people. And you always have these fun stories when you come home from a trip. Like you made this friend here and this friend here. Like every day it's a new friend and every stop is a new connection. I'm, like, starstruck because that I'm, like, uncomfortable just thinking about it.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, like I said, I never meet a stranger. I talk all the time, and so I can kinda get a vibe, you know, from people.
Right,
If you
right.
don't wanna talk, then I'm not gonna force you, but if you're open, then we're gonna strike up a conversation. Half the time, I don't even know, you know, I'm not gonna say I don't know what I'm talking about, but half the time I just make up stuff and we just flow with it. If I see something that I'm just gonna be like, "That's cute, so tell me about it," you
Yeah.
know, or whatever the case may be. And so it's just for me, I just love people and I love meeting new people. I love friends. I love having people around.
Yeah.
And maybe because I grew up with such a big family, my mother had 15 children. I'm lucky
Always
number
amazes
13.
always amazes me.
So, yeah, so I have 9 my mother had 10 girls and 5 boys, and so, unfortunately, my mother has passed and a couple of my siblings have passed, and maybe that's it because I had to fight for everything. If some of my sisters are listening, they know, you know, I had to literally fight them all the time, so
Yeah, I mean, I can't
so,
even imagine.
yeah, so it actually comes easy because, you know, we just had to, you know,
Right.
all that, yeah,
Yeah.
so but anyway, so that's one reason why, I love travel. That's one reason that's really how I fell in love it. But I wasn't able to do it as a teenager, and I wasn't exposed to it, but when I was able to afford it, then that's what I pretty much did, so
Yeah, and it is very funny or interesting because, not everyone loves to travel. I would
right.
say most people do
Mhm.
enjoy traveling, but not everyone really loves it and loves even the hardships that can come with it. Like I was
Right.
talking about being uncomfortable, like going on my first solo trip next month, and I'm very
Mm,
nervous. I'm
mhm.
excited. But, my husband, he is what I would say content if he does, content if he doesn't.
Mhm.
He's happy either way. And I'm like, flight deal, let's go.
Right.
Book a hotel tomorrow. Oh, free
Mhm.
night, let's go.
Right.
And he's like, no, 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 no. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yes, yes. Like any chance I get, I am out the door. And I am so lucky and blessed because I was introduced to travel at a young age. My parents, specifically my dad, really instilled that traveling is important and experiencing new
Yes.
cultures and being respectful, like you talked about. Like
Yep.
he always points those things out. So I was very lucky. We traveled to a lot of different places growing up. And after college, I really got into it with my older brother. He was like, hey, do you want to go to Europe? It was May. And he was like, do you want to go to Europe next month and kind of go around and go to a bunch of different countries, and I was like, "Absolutely, let's go." So, just my older brother and I went around Europe for 3 weeks. I almost said 3 months, I wish. 3 weeks, we did a World War II kind of tour, hit, Normandy beaches and Germany and places like that, and it was so amazing. I hadn't really traveled like that as an adult. I'd always been under my parents, which so thankful for them. It was so amazing, but it was a different experience,
Yeah.
and so that's why I'm interested to see how next month goes on my own. But I really do love to travel. I have never been somewhere ready to come home, like actually ready to come home.
Right.
I miss people a lot of times, like my husband doesn't get to travel with me. And so I obviously miss my family and my friends, but I just want to experience it all.
Right.
I can find myself getting greedy in
Yeah.
travel. Like I want, I want, I want. And like I said, I'm so lucky that I was able to do even more than I could have ever imagined because of my parents. And it has been so amazing. But I'm also glad that they taught me, there's more to it. It's not just going and eating
Right.
food and shopping.
Right.
Like we actually do all the things that can help us learn and
Learn.
immerse
Mhm.
ourselves into a
Mhm.
country. And like I said, even with hardships, that can
Yeah.
be so hard and uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, some people don't really talk about that,
Yeah.
but it is just a fact. But and it also it's hard to talk about those things because it can be taken as ungrateful,
Yeah.
and you never wanna come off that way,
Right.
but I think that's why I like to just sit and chat with you because
Yeah.
we can kind of talk about those things, and we'll even call each other out like, "Oh, no, that's not how it that's not how it goes."
Yeah.
But I really do love every part of travel, and not everyone is like that, or some people like just specific travel,
Right.
just beach travel or just
Right.
city travel. My
Mhm.
dad is not a beach person. We didn't grow up going to resorts in the Caribbean
Yeah.
or Mexico. It was not his vibe. We are drivers, road trippers.
Right.
Anywhere we can drive, we are going to try and
Mhm.
drive 13 hours to Disney. We drove all the way to DC, things like that.
Yeah.
Just different experiences, but I loved it all. And I wanna keep doing it.
Right. And that's what to me makes this so amazing. And this is why it's going to be so interesting is because, we are literally at different generations. You're like, okay, well, what is it, what
And
I have in
I don't know if
common?
you said your age earlier, but I know when y'all just heard her say 52, your jaw dropped because
But
this
thank
woman does
you.
not look 52.
And I definitely do not act 52. Okay. So I'm sorry. Listen, I'm fun loving. I like to have fun.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's just the way that it is.
Good.
We'll talk about some of the other things that's going to make our podcast very interesting, but I think that's what makes it so special is that there's definitely a generation gap. She's literally old enough. I have a daughter that's a year or two old, a couple of years older than her. So she's literally old enough to be my daughter, but we had so much fun together.
We
And
do.
so, and it's just the differences about how she was raised and how I was raised. But there's also a gap that we're trying to merge. And, we're trying to bridge that to say, hey, listen, there's something that I can, no matter, I may think that I know everything, but I'm always learning things from her and vice versa.
Obvious, yeah,
And
very vice
so,
versa.
and that's what makes this so amazing.
Yeah, and we connect. And
Yeah.
I've said this before, like, you never make me feel like a kid. A lot of
Yeah.
times, like, when I have conversations with adults in my everyday job, in the travel industry, in life, when you talk to someone older, and they know you're younger,
Yeah.
they talk to you like you're a kid, and I respect that
Yeah.
absolutely every time, but sometimes it's hard because there is I'm at a weird age now,
Yeah.
post-college, not grown, like, don't have kids yet, so I have always appreciated that. We do have fun and,
Yeah.
you treat me as an equal.
Well, because hey, listen, we're equals in this business,
Right.
okay? And we are, and we're learning from each other. Like she's really savvy when it comes to tech and things of that nature. I'm still learning.
Hey, but you get it.
Yeah, I
You're
get
teachable
it.
for
Yeah,
sure.
and so,
You
but
already knew kind of what you were doing.
yeah, thanks to Ranscan, I'm giving a little shameless plug for my daughter, and her,
Yes.
so anyway, so she kind of gave me some of my first lessons, and she reiterated them. Was like, no, you need to do da 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 da. I'm like, okay, follow the instructions, and
Yes.
so.
And,
But that's just to me, that's what makes it very good. Is that even no matter how old you are, you always have to be willing to learn. And
for
sometimes
sure.
your experiences and your lessons don't come from your peers; it comes from somebody that's a lot younger than you are. So
Yeah.
you
Or
just got to be
yeah,
open
different
to
generation.
listening and opening to receiving. So
For sure.
so anyways, but that's the deal. So hey, so tell me what are we going to be traveling? I mean, we have 6 months now. We've been everywhere this year already. We
We
both.
have been a lot of
Yeah,
places
we
this
have been
year.
doing them, so I'll just name out a couple and once you share some of the places you've been, and I'll
Yeah.
share some of the
Yeah.
places I've been this year. So this year, my husband and I started out, we went to Puerto Rico with some good friends. And so we went to Puerto Rico. We've been to Dominican. So we stayed in Dominican 7 or 8 days. We did a lift retreat for our host agency company. And then we got the amazing experience to go to one of the nice areas in Dominican, which is the Cap Cana area, which is
Pretty.
absolutely
Going back
gorgeous. Oh
immediately.
my God.
So good.
So yeah. So anyways, we can help you with that.
Yes, we can. I have 2 friends going this fall, and I'm
Yeah,
excited for
yeah.
them.
So it is so gorgeous. And so after that, we took, gosh, I can only remember where. Anyways,
What about your girls trip? Where'd y'all go for
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. Aruba. So we went to Aruba, had an amazing time. So I have a little Lux Life girls trip that I'm starting to create annually. And that's usually in May. And so I'm trying to keep it in May every year, but I may kind of push it back a month or two just because of some pre planned travel for 2026, but we'll see. And to come. So Aruba, then of course, my husband and I celebrated our anniversary early. And so this is a trip that we have planned for about a year and a half. And so we took a Europe trek. So we went to Spain and stayed there for 4 days, 3 nights. And then we took a cruise and we went to Italy. We went to France.
And they went on a Virgin cruise
Yeah,
and
we went on a
met. Tell 'em
Virgin.
who you met.
Oh yeah, on a Virgin Voyages cruise, I got a chance to meet Richard Branson, which is really
So fun.
amazing. It
Yeah,
was
really
really
cool.
nice. I'm not starstruck or anything like that, but at the same time, because I love Virgin Voyages so much, it was really nice to be able to meet him. Like, let's just get real. Who is who's meeting
Not
billionaires
me.
on a regular? I mean, like, I'm sorry. And
That's
he's a
cool.
sir. So I just think that's really neat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then I got a chance to meet another celebrity that I actually follow and like, and her name is Latoya Luckett. I think it's Latoya Luckett Cole. So I think that's her new last name. So, anyways, and so We just had an amazing time in Spain. We stopped in Tuscany. We went to Portofino, Santa Margarita. We went to Cannes. I mean, let me tell you, we had ourselves a blast.
looked like
It
a
was
blast.
so
Fun.
nice. And so that's my first 6 months. That's kind of where some of my travels have taken me. And so we have some more, that we'll talk about later. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. My 6 months wrapped up. I started traveling this year. I went to Puerto Vallarta for my bachelorette trip. Me and 11 of my bridesmaids. We had the best time ever. I'd never been to Puerto Vallarta before, and I have been recommending it to a lot of clients since I went because the beaches so beautiful, so soft, and honestly really reasonably priced, and it was also pretty safe. Like you have to go through the mountains to get there. So it has like fresh water and things. Very nice. Loved it. And then came home from that on a Wednesday. Thursday flew to California with my dad and we did a daddy daughter Disneyland trip. He had never been to Disneyland before. And you will come to find out I am a huge Disney fan. I am a Disney adult and I'm not ashamed of it. So I love it. And I do not regret it. So let's see. After that, I didn't go anywhere in April. In May, I went to the Dominican for a week. Michelle and I roomed together. It was our host agency retreat. And then in June, I went to Europe and I got married in Greece. I did a couple of days in Italy. We got on a Disney cruise. Did a couple of days in Rome. Got on a Disney cruise and we went to Sicily, Mykonos, Athens, which is where we got married, and Naples, Italy. It was absolutely amazing. And then I came home and now I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina.
So yeah, so we had our lift retreat for our host age. I mean, not our lift retreat, our wave camp. And so twice a month or twice a year there. One in January, it's always in Dallas. Mid-year, July, it's in Raleigh. And then we do another one virtual for a company that we're with, which is Lavarte. And so anyways, and so she was coming. I was like, okay, we need to do some more stuff for the podcast. So she's going to stay over. So she's here with me. And so I was like, hey, just stay with me,
Yeah.
so we can get
Because I wasn't going to come. And
No.
I told Michelle, I was like, I don't know. And she was like, well, when you come, you can stay with me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to crash your path.
Yeah. Just.
And I'm glad I did. We're getting a lot of stuff done.
I know.
We're actually starting.
Yeah. And I'm
so
excited. I know I don't look like it. I am so
funny.
excited. I cannot tell you.
You are so funny.
And so anyways, but yeah.
Well.
But this has been a good.
Yeah. I think we should wrap it up.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah, I guess we can. So we're just letting you guys know who we are, a little bit about us. So at least you'll get a chance to say, okay, we want to really follow them, which I don't know why you should. So you really should. And so anyway, so hopefully you guys will be back for our next episode and we can't wait.
Yeah, we're just figuring things out as we go and we cannot put this off any longer. So we're just like, we're going with it. If we are being cringy and weird, I know Gen Z will come for us. I know my people will come. So y'all can let us know. Yeah. For real, let us know what you want to see, what you want us to talk about. We're here to cover all the things. We are traveling together next month. We're going to Croatia. So we're going to be doing lots of fun filming and posting there. Yeah, that's so freaking excited. We're going on a yacht for a week around Croatia. That's insane. I can't believe I'm going.
I know. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
So, also, oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just telling you right now, get ready for the content, honey, because we are going to be the rich on the yacht. So I'm telling you that right now. So we are not
obnoxious.
I am not even going to try to play like I'm not going to have on a sun hat, a big shades, and baby.
Oh, we're going.
I am coming with the fashion too.
This.
There you go. Now. And if you haven't seen White Lotus, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have, but yeah, we're going to be 100% on. So,
okay, well, we're going to wrap up episode 1. We've just been chit-chatting about ourselves. We have a ton more episodes to come. We want to do a fun little thing at the end of every podcast episode where we kind of go over a travel phrase and teach you something that we learned. Tie it back into travel. So Michelle's going to start us today.
Okay. Well,
you have one for us?
Yeah. Well, one of the places that I really enjoyed visiting, especially when I became a travel advisor, was Curacao. I've always wanted to go to Curacao, but yeah. And when I tell you, It's absolutely amazing. If you don't know where Curacao is, it's one of the ABC islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. So that's one of the islands that's, if you've heard about the ABC islands. And so one of the phrases, when I would hear them say it all the time, they would say, it's douchey, baby, And so for me, and I was like, what does douchey mean? And then it means it's all good, like it's gravy. We're happy, like everything is amazing. So you would literally hear them saying douchey all the time. And so I just thought that was really neat. And that's just one thing that we're going to try to incorporate at the end of our series is just giving you some travel fun facts, tips and phrases, and even attempt to try languages that we don't know. We're going to attempt it. So, but at the same time, I think that's what's important when you're traveling is that people in other destinations, especially in the country that you're traveling to, they really appreciate that you tried to learn their culture, their language. So even if we mess up, they won't be offended.
Yeah,
because we're trying.
Appreciate
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, guess what? 2 tickets anywhere. It's douchey, baby.
It's all good.
It's all good. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time you're watching this or listening to it. And we'll see you next time.
Yes, thanks for listening. Follow us along. We have a fun season coming up. Bye.
Bye.